See, we're going to be doing actually two things, right? We're going to be replacing the fluid and the fork oil. Also, we're going to be replacing or checking the head bearing. Since I'm going to be right here, we're going to be doing all this. This is just a quick little video how to do it. So step number one is I already have removed the tank and the seat, all the other stuff. That's going to be in another video, right? But step number one here is we have to remove the brakes, the braking system right here. We're going to disconnect all this. We're going to remove the front wheel, the fender, right? And then slowly start taking all the Allen keys. There one here and one here, and the forks are just going to be sliding right down, and it's going to be a fairly simple procedure. And then again, at the same time, what I'm going to do is I will check the head bearing up here. So it's going to be pretty much two videos in one. Also, I got to take the headlamp off, and then again, I have taken the front wheel, fender, brakes already are off, and it's all right over there. So one of the steps that you got to do to make your life easy, you got to take your 17mm wrench and then loosen the top bolts up here. It's just going to make your life a little bit easier. Okay, here we go. And couple turns, that way it's just going to be easier for you to take this out. Okay, that's all you want. Okay, next what we want to do, we want to take what is this? This is a 6mm Allen, and we want to loosen all this off. Okay. Okay, that's loose. Okay, next one, we want to loose off where the lights are. I already loosened this off, so it's fairly loose. Here we go. That's already done, and this is 3/16. And lastly, you want to loosen the big bolt right over here, and this is number 8 Allen. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set this up here. It's loose, and now we're going to take this guy out. And we're going to loosen that off. Okay, and boom. And just slides actually pretty good. There we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so we have the fork. It's already out. Looks actually pretty good. So I'm going to do that next in the second one. And what I'm doing here is I'm actually inspecting the seals right here, if there's any cracks or anything else like that, or any leakage. So I'm inspecting all this, and next what we're going to do, we're going to take this out and drain it. Okay, so I have prepared my tub. I have the fork on this side, fork on that side. Now, since I loosened all this off, take the 17mm wrench and start twisting. Nice and easy. Away, make sure you're wearing glasses, right? And slowly start twisting. I'm putting my hand on top of it, and I'm applying pressure on the fork. Okay, it's almost out. There was a little bit of pressure. This is completely out. I'm just going to put it right in here. So first thing that it's going to come out, you have the tube, right? And then you have the spring. Oh, sorry. Then you have the washer. Next, I'm going to put it right here in here, and the spring. What you want to do, you want to take this out completely. I'm just going to put this in here because it's going to be leaking. So out, 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 out. Good to go. Okay, and as you can see, this is tapered. So that side is going to go in first, and that side is on top. I'm just gonna put the spring inside here, okay? Wipe this off, and I'm just gonna say, okay, so the fluid actually looks pretty good, no issues. And next thing what I wanna do is I'm gonna dump it in here, that way I can measure how much did it come out. I'm just gonna put it in here, and then we can check how clear the fluid was. So here we go. Just gonna put it in here, and we're just gonna dump it. And yep, it's coming out good. Okay. Okay, it doesn't look too bad. It needs to be changed. Anyways, I'm just gonna leave this like that. Let it completely drain right out, and then we're gonna measure the fluid. So okay, so continue on. Okay, I just took them off. So basically, the way that the forks are gonna be going in, you have the spring. This is going first. This is the top. Then you have the washer. Then you have the spacer, and then you have the cap. And per fork, I just took this out, and this is the fluid that came out. It doesn't look good, right? It needs to be changed. But I drained out pretty much exactly a half a liter, right, per fork. So now I'm just gonna go and clean all this stuff, and I'll continue on and see how this goes. Once I finish cleaning everything, I'm gonna continue on and remove the light, and then the tree, so I can do the head bearing. But everything else is actually looking pretty good, and it's going, and we are on schedule. It's gonna be good. All right, simple. 2 bolts on the side. Then 2 bolts were one here and one here. It's very simple. Took this off. So in a second, I'm going to be taking the bracket off right here, so it's not pinching this wire. And I'm going to take this bracket off from the braking system, so it's completely off. And then once I'm finished doing that, I'm going to loosen off the bolt up here, hang the handlebars up on top of my ceiling up here with the cable. That way it's all supported and doesn't fly all over the place. And then we'll go from there. And then we're gonna see what this bearing actually looks like. If it needs to be replaced, I'll replace it. If it just needs to be repacked, I'll just repack it. So I'm just gonna continue on. All right, I'll see you here in a second. Right here, I just used this Monster right here. And what is this? This is 1 and 3/16. Had to use this. I already loosened this off right here, so I don't have to make a crazy video. So all I did is I just hung this up right there, so the handlebars are hanging up. Took the tank off, and now I'm gonna take the main bolt off. Okay, right here. Place it down. Just tighten this up a bit. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, these wires this way. Let this hang right here like this. Oh yeah, this is all good. Nothing will happen. That way, none of the cables are being pinched or anything like that. Everything is nice and loose, and it's just being held down. Okay, so now we gotta loosen this off up here. And it should be loose enough. I'm gonna use my fingers. Nope. Nope, that doesn't work. So. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So I'm just holding this up here like this, so it doesn't drop. Okay, so I have the first ring, washer, and the secondary ring. Okay, and now we're gonna go down. Okay, slowly, slowly, And here we go. So basically, actually this is in a pretty good condition. Let me see this. Okay, this is a dust cover. Okay, we'll throw this here so we don't mistake. Okay, good. This is good. Okay. Okay, so basically this is what it looks like. Bearing right here. Okay, we're good. Just gonna quickly inspect everything else. This is gonna be recleaned anyways, and then yeah, there's a little bit of grime, but overall this doesn't look too bad. It's actually in pretty good condition. So now what I'm gonna do is I got a little bit of a cleaning to do here and there, and then repack them, and then we're gonna be reinstalling them. The work continues. All right, so I have the head bearing already laid out how I want to do it, all cleaned. I don't have to replace the bearings at all, so that's always a bonus. Everything here is cleaned to pretty much perfection. Then we're going to move up here. This is all cleaned. All of it is in actually very good condition, no issues. I'm just going to invert this way. Oh yeah, this is all good. Now all I got to do is just repack it, and we're going to throw it in and then torque it to the right spec. Then after that, we're going to be putting the forks in. The forks are ready to go. Here's my fork oil. That is anti-foaming, reducing drag, 10 weight. And I just got to go and check the book how much we got to put in, and then we're going to continue on. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be continuing on. We're going to be applying this particular grease right here, waterproof, high pressure racing oil, same type of grease. So what I want to do is I'm just going to take a little bit here on my finger, and we're just going to apply it right here on the top race. Okay, here we go. And now what we're going to do, we're going to apply it on the bottom race. Look at this grease. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, and we're going to be applying it right here. So we have lots of grease here all over the place. Okay, now what we're going to do, now we're going to repack the lower bearing. Just going to apply generously, so we have lots of grease in between the ball bearings, and that's where we want it, right here, just like this. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to apply grease right here on the race. Okay, let me see. Okay, this is going like that. Oh yeah, very nicely. Okay, next we're going to do the top bearing. Again, I'm going to be re-greasing this. Oh yeah, this is all good. Okay, just going to place it right here and grease this a little bit. Okay, and we want a little bit of grease. This is a dust cover. We just want a little bit of grease right in here. Okay, so that's pretty much for the grease. So we have already applied the grease. Now we're going to start throwing everything back in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tree, which is already prepared, good to go, with the head bearing. On the lower head bearing, everything is already greased right up, and all I'm doing is I'm just putting this all the way in, and now I will hold it. Next thing in is I'm going to put the bearing, the upper bearing, like this, slide her in, then the race, like this, let it seat. Then we're going to take the dust cover, we're going to put the dust cover back in. Okay, let that sink in. Okay, we're just going to go and wipe all this down so we don't have excess grease. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put the top cover. Okay, and make sure you do this by hand.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, make sure we do this by hand so you don't cross the threads. Just use your hands and just tighten this up. Okay. Okay. That is pretty good. Very good. Okay, we're just going to wipe this off. Well, we're going to continue on. We have all this. So now I have a special wrench up here so we can torque the head bearing to 15.5 pounds. And I already have my torque wrench ready to go, and there's a procedure that we got to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this right here. Okay. Tighten it up by hand. Okay, like this. Okay. Then we're going to insert our torque wrench in here, and we're going to torque it to 15.5 pounds. Okay, we're good to go. So next, this is right by the book, you got to move this 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. We're going to do a little bit more. Okay, and this feels super smooth. Next, we're going to go and loosen this off. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we're going to loosen this off. All we want to do is we want to set the grease inside the bearings. So now we're going to loosen this off and move it a couple more times. All right. Again, so now this is the final time. We're going to go and torque it to 15.5 pounds. Okay, here we go. My torque wrench, and now here we go. Then we're going to torque it. Okay, so now the head bearing is torqued to the spec, the way that the book says. So now what we're going to do, we're going to continue on, and we're going to start putting everything back on where it's supposed to be. Okay. So next, what you want to do, you want to put the washer, so it fits in.
Okay.
So we want to put the washer.
Sorry.
And what I did here, okay, we just got to bend this back so the screw fits. Okay. And by the book, you tighten it up, finger tight, and then lock it. Okay, right there. Then what we're going to do, there's a tab right here, and we're going to put the tab back in. That one here. Okay. And now we're going to return, and we're going to put this tab back on. Okay, good to go. And this is exactly what we want. So now what we're going to do, we're going to put the handlebars back on.
Oh. Okay.
And I just got to release my handy dandy strap. Okay. A bit more. Okay, here we go. Got to make sure all the cables are running the right way. We're going to put the washer back on, and the handlebar locking nut. Now I'm going to tighten this nut at the end once we insert the forks in, because it's just easier to tighten all this up. Right now, this is the way I want it, and we're going to be doing the final touches almost at the end. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now we're going to continue on. Just a quick little tip for you when you start putting the cap. What you want to do is you want to take the cap, put it on top, and just twist it and find out that sweet spot where it's catching. Okay, and So what I'm doing is I'm going to mark it with the marker here and here. That way it's just easier. It's going to be a lot easier for me to align this. Okay, so my cap and my fork right here, this is where the threads are meeting. This is where it's going to make your life a lot easier, and it's going to thread extremely easy, right? You just got to find that sweet spot, and my sweet spot is right there. Okay, so next thing, since this is already done, next thing that we want to do, we want to put by the book. So in the book it states, and I got it right here, model C, 454 to 459 milliliters, or 15.4 to 15.5 ounces of fluid, right? And that's what I have in here. I have already put in the right amount, and we're going to pour this guy in. Okay, so we're going to pour this guy in.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. All you now, what you want to do, you want to open and close the fork a couple times. Oh yeah, and this is working extremely well. Okay, next what you want to do, by the book, they want you to take the measuring tape, and you want to do 4.9 inches from the bottom. So what do you got to do? You got to depress the fork all the way down, look inside, see where the fluid is, make sure the tape is dry, and you got to dip this in and measure 5 inches. Okay, and this is perfect, and it's wet, so we know we have the right amount. I'm going to check it one more time, and we have the right amount. We're good to go. So next, to make this easy, very simple, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this fork, okay, open it up like this. We're going to take our spring. We're going to put the spring, remember the tapered is on the bottom, just like this. We're going to go, put the spring all the way in. Okay, good. Then we're going to take our washer. Don't forget your washer. And we're going to put the washer back in there. Okay, so the washer is already in there. Now the spacer. Okay, so now for the easiest way, what you want to do, we're going to want to put this in. Just need a second here. Just got to open this up. Okay, put the fork about halfway right here. I'm just going to use my legs just to hold it. Now we're going to tighten up the lower bolt so it doesn't move. Okay, this is awesome. This is good. So now, remember what I told you guys? Okay, where did I gotta see where my mark is. Okay, I gotta loosen this off to find my mark. Okay, here we go. This is where my mark is, where I previously marked it with a marker. So now we're gonna put the cap.
Just a minute. Oh, go.
Okay, and we're gonna kind of align it. Now I have my 17 millimeter wrench, righty tighty, lefty loosey, righty tighty. I'm gonna put it through here. Align it the best way I possibly can. Okay, we got it. So now you want to tighten this up. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not, but this is the best way. Sometimes you just have to readjust your entire body. So now what we're going to do, we got to make sure that we have our lighting system. Okay, we're going to put this guy in. This is done. Okay, so I'm going to loosen this off. Okay, we're going to go all the way up. Okay, like this. I'm just holding it with my leg. And we're going to tighten this up. Okay. Oh, I see it. See what happened. Okay. Right now, where we align all these bolts and tighten everything up, all I have is just tighten up these two on the bottom. The Allen bolts that are located right here, one here and one here, they're loose. Everything is loose. So this is the time where we want to adjust and torque our steering nut, which is 76 foot-pounds. And that's where I'm going to do right now. I got it right here. Oh yeah, that's pretty tight. Perfect. 76 foot-pounds. Next, what we're going to do next is, now we're going to align the forks. So again, what we want to do with the alignment, we're going to make sure the bottom edge of the fork, now this is sticking out too much, and you can see it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen this off. Okay, the other way. Okay. And this is basically where we want the forks, right there. Just when it's touching the upper edge. That way you can remove that nut. So this is good, and this is going to be adjusted right now. I have not put the torque on yet, and I will here in a second. Yeah, I'm just going to loosen this off. And tighten it. And that's it. So both of the forks right now are aligned. Fork caps, that one to 16 foot-pounds. This is already preset. And make sure, okay, this one's good. And this one's good to go. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be torquing the top Allen keys and the bottom. Just got to check what you fit. So the bottom one, 47. I'm just going to go up here. Yeah, it is 47. Okay, good. 47 on this side, and we're going to go 47 on this side. Okay, good. Okay, so the top bolts are 20 foot-pounds, and here we go. Just gonna go and adjust them. Perfect. And now we're gonna adjust the other one. Okay. Okay, so what we have completed in this particular video was the head bearing, right? Re-greasing and changing the fluid in the fork. Right now, I already slapped everything back together. Everything is good to go. Torque to the spec where it's supposed to be. But I'm sure you guys can easily do it if you follow all the steps. And I'm going to go and see you on the next one. Thank you very much.